Hey, you, hey. Welcome back to Press Y to Jump Scare. We are playing Reflexia Prototype Version. I don't know what this game is about except for we're going to mysteriously find ourselves in a visual novel. That sounds fun. Let's get started. Protagonist. I got an achievement. Hello. Hello. Ooh, point and click maybe? Or options are hello, or hello, or hello, or hello, or dot dot, or hello. Let's see. Hmm. I think in my case I'd be surprised like hello. Who are you? Are you sad or tired? Not the best start of the day. Is our achievement. Are you sad or tired? Although it's not like I care. Yet it's still true that you didn't even try to impress me. Uh-oh. Okay, doing your best for a character from some shabby indie title does sound silly. Hey! That's the spirit. I feel good today. That's our other achievement. That's fun. That's the spirit. No idea why you'd be in such a mood, though. Hey, man, it's morning. I need my coffee. Unlike you, I was just faking it. Good for you. Although, who knows, maybe you're also trying to deceive me for some reason. Or you're clicking all the possible dialogue options to see how I'd react. Oh, that's kind of creepy, you know that. Does freedom of choice mean so little to you? Ouch. That cuts deep. That cuts really deep. Right. Right. Usually you can save and load in visual novels. Makes sense then. It doesn't make any sense here though. Not a single choice you make will affect their story, so relax, just enjoy reading along. Oh, okay, that's nice to know. Girlfriend, is there any options to save? No sound. Nope, no options to save. Hello? I feel uncomfortable today. You sound kinda hesitant. Be bolder, I don't bite. In the end, what can a picture on your screen do to you? Hey! An ordinary reply. Which is also usually the best one. After all, not even 1,000 options will be enough to express your character in a single greeting. I don't know why I like you. Just stay yourself without trying to act out the role of a typical reader. Okay. You're still the one I'm talking to after all. That's true. Probably. I mean, who else could you be talking to? You may not even be here and the game was just left on autoplay. I'm here. Or you're not the person I've been waiting for. Nonetheless, let's continue. What's going on here? Nothing. Nothing at all. Still think you're going to get the promised Yuri harem without plot? Be honest. Do you really want it? I mean, that's what visual novels are for, right? But why? Really? That's our achievement. I get it. Yuri is a pretty niche genre. At least compared to the amount of classic. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Ergos? Erogs out there? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Erogis? Why waste your time on it? That's the first time I'm seeing this word. I have to see what this means. I like to say that is eroge and erogis. No, not erogis, sorry. Eroge and eroges. Like it's like a visual novel with like some sort of erotic content. Like they're mainly computer games. What in the world? Anyway, let's try this again. At least to the amount of classic eroges out there, why waste your time on it? Well then, I doubt I'll be able to stop you. But you can always change your mind. In that case, just close this visual novel. Ah, girlfriend, what happens when I do? I am so curious. I'm curious. What happens if I close this visual novel and open it back up? It did say there's only one ending though. Can I close it? I'm curious. I'm gonna close it. Close it, yes or no? Yes. Did I get an achievement? Nothing happened. I was curious. Hey man, you gotta try everything. Let's open it back up. Excuse me while I sip my coffee. It is early in the morning. Funny story. While we wait for this to open back up, my husband and I are side by side in our computer room, and we share the same computer room. So I have to make sure that I record when he's not in here because he plays with his brothers. He plays EverQuest with his brothers, so they're pretty loud whenever they play. Anywho, enough about me. All right, so we're back to where we were. But you can always change your mind. In that case, just close this visual novel. All right. Let's act out a small scene. But don't expect anything more. Will I finally get that Yuri harem without plot? There was no plot here to begin with. And Yuri is only possible if there's a girl sitting in front of the screen. And it'll only become a harem if she has a female friend with her. What does all of that even mean? Life is unjust and full of lies. Which one do we choose? I'll accept it or give me my Yuri harem? What if I demand my Yuri harem? Beggar's achievement. Give me my Yuri harem. And what will you give me in return? Will you read until the end? Alright, then. Let's go on a date. Yeah, let's go on a date. Hooray! Really? She is not impressed. Are you this happy about going on a date with a 2D character? I mean, why wouldn't I be? What's up with you? Let's change the background and start playing with love. Ah, this sounded so romantic. So you're the only available love interest here? What's with this question? Am I not good enough for you? I don't know why I like her. If you don't like it, you can go read something else. Stop being mad. That was the only option I had. That's the point. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice but upset me and then apologize for it. Baka. And I don't care that I become upset over nothing. What if I say, then I'm leaving? What happens if I say, then I'm leaving? Let's see. Let's see. You're not leaving. I'm still talking to you. Whoa, lady. Which means something is still keeping you here. Whatever it is, now I'm upset with you. Now I'm upset with your reply, and I refuse to go on with the story until you apologize. Really? So petty? I have no other options except for sorry. What if I don't want to say sorry? Much better. We need to have at least one argument over the course of the story. In other words, a conflict. Yep, there's always a conflict in a story. You're absolutely right. Now I can go on a date with you without any problem. She's funny. To be honest, I've been wanting to go on a date. Why didn't you say so before? I've been trying to go on a date with you. More than anyone else. So it would be unfair to ask out somebody else. What are all the other heroines doing then? An appropriate question achievement. Who cares? They don't exist while they're off screen. And if you've never met them, they pretty much never existed. Are you a yandere? She looks like she might be one. Do you want to compress all of my character into a single archetype? Fine. That way you won't be able to get it wrong. You look spooky. You know, changing my name is it such a bad idea? I'll also have to dress up for the occasion. Give me a moment, I'll be right back. Okay. See you later. Hi. Yandere-chan. Ta-da! Good on dates and games is so convenient. One scene transition and everything is already set up. Let's see. Let's compliment her. This outfit looks good on you. Thanks. Yes, diversity is a good thing. Even in changing my outfit doesn't make any sense. What about the atmosphere? Right. After all, it helps with immersion too. Visual novels are great because they use so many tools to immerse the reader. Text, graphics, music, and even some degree of interactivity. So this is the perfect place for a date. Ooh, that shake looks so good. It even has like blueberries in it. And I don't mean the cafe, it's just the backdrop. Only here I'll be able to fully express my feelings. But please don't think that you're simply an observer here. Huh? Even you nodding alone helps me sense the person on the other side of the screen better. I'm getting Doki Doki vibes. What about you? I've watched other people play Doki Doki, but I've never played it myself. But the fact that she's aware. She's some sort of AI that's like aware of the person on the other side of the screen just makes me feel kind of creeped out. But a lot of games do that, right? You're just a visual novel character, not a person. Why do I say such hurtful things? How rude. And someone breathed their soul into me. I can still be called an observer since my choices don't matter. That's true. You did tell me my choices didn't really matter. No, it only seems that way to you. Why else would you be present here? By the way, an auto read. The game has an auto read feature. Just stay here. Excuse me, it's early in the morning. I'm having trouble reading apparently. Are we on a date or what? Let's talk about something else. Ask me personal questions. What hobbies do you have? Tell me about your preferences. Why were you so excited about this date? Yandere-chan, tell me, what hobbies do you have? I like doing nothing and taking afternoon naps. That sounds like the most amazing thing ever. Ugh. Before becoming a mom, I did not take that seriously. I'm not sure whoever's watching this would understand, but maybe you do have kids of your own as well. I don't know. But oh my goodness. If you're young and you don't have any kids, or if you're not young and you don't have any kids, please take those naps and do nothing. That's it? What else do you need to be happy? And do you have a dream? Of course. I want to become someone's waifu. What? What? Was it even a little bit funny? What else am I supposed to strive for when I'm a damn... This word gets me. Erogi. Let's just go with erogi character. I forgot how to pronounce it already. Do you expect me to get a PhD without leaving your screen? Will you answer seriously? No. Just kidding. Tell me about your preferences. I love curious readers. You must be one of them since you picked an option that could be easily skipped. It means you're really into what's going on. Or just an achievement hunter. And maybe even me too. But even if you're just picking random options, this way we'll end up spending more time together. And that makes me really happy. I was expecting you. Or were you? Why me? Huh? Why were you so excited about this date? What a silly question. What else should I be expecting in a romance visual novel? All right. You must already be tired of all these fourth wall breaking jokes. I hope you found at least some of them funny. Or all of my effort was in vain. Well, here we are. This is where the real date starts. Do you know why you're reading this right now? No clue. I'm actually still interested in the story, if I'm to be honest. What's gonna happen? And what about me? What if I chose, but I don't especially care about, I don't really care about you? That'd be funny. Let's see. And I'm especially interested in you. I mean, I don't know. I like your character. I think you're pretty funny. And pretty witty. I haven't doubted that for a moment. What's so funny here? I'm just having fun. Oh, are ya? In moments like this, I don't even really care that your replies are predetermined. You're still here with me after all. And we're having a good time. This makes me a tiny bit happier. Thanks. You too. I also want to ask you something. Huh? Oh, girl, out of my face. Do you believe in fate? Whatever happens, the end will ultimately be the same. Why are we so close, Yandere-chan? It can't be changed. Doesn't matter if you know the means or not. So yeah, our meeting was bound to happen. I can refuse the protagonist's role, and you, I have no idea what life decisions led you to this amateurish project, but since we're here, I guess there was a reason for that. Although I'm still not sure if you're the one. And I don't really think I can even ascertain that. Just know this. After you appeared, my life got turned upside down. And that happens long before you launched this visual novel. How is that possible? It's simple. We've met in a dream. I think it was prophetic. Prophetic. Goodness. A lot of what I saw fits into our current conditions. At the same time, it can only predict what's possible outside of the script. Aren't your dreams also pre-written as something crucial for the script? Huh? I don't know. I've never thought about it. Even if so, what's the point in all of that? Our dialogue wouldn't have happened without it. Are you saying that I'm still following the script? Maybe it is fate. You have no choice apart from following these... Oh. Wait! My duty is to listen to love the quit. What happened? I don't get it. If you don't want to continue our date, we can end it faster. What happened? I don't get it. If you don't want to continue our date, we can end it faster. A good idea. I don't know what you just said. I wanted to read it. Sometimes in visual novels, you do have the option of going to see what the dialogue was. I guess that's not it in this case. A good idea. Let's go do that. It didn't turn out very romantic, and we didn't spend a lot of time there. I'm sorry. I mean, it's fine, I guess. If we could, I would have went on another date with you, but we're close to the ending. Okay, let's get down to business. What do you usually do to reach a happy conclusion for the story? Confess love if we're talking about romantic stories. Yes. It's not like I'm expecting anything in particular. But, you know. I don't want to say I love you. That even creeps me out, even if it is supposed to be like a quote-unquote visual novel. Know what? Nope. Not giving you any hints. Are you embarrassed? Well, I mean, nobody ever told me that before. Me too. I see. I love you. You're forcing me to say it. Yandere-chan ending. Really? Yes. Then, will you say it again? I love you, Yandere-chan. I never thought these words could make me this happy. Thank you. I would like to spend more time with you, but I guess it's time to say goodbye now. I hate farewells. This will be the end of our relationship. We'll never see each other again. If it doesn't happen, I'll be able to feel like I'm with you to the very end. That's why, let's stay silent for a bit. Please, don't exit. Don't go. I'm lonely. Oh. Please don't abandon me. We can have some more fun time to talk if the story ends now losing all your memories. I want to live. Don't go, Yandere-chan. What just happened? There's two of you. Hi. And who are you? I have the same question. The name says it all. I'm the protagonist. And your name doesn't tell me anything. It's not even in the script. It is now. I don't get it. What's going on? You don't need to. And who needs the useless extra when the reader had already made their choice? Don't waste your time on greetings. Go away. Is that true? You're making me choose. What happens if I say yes? Although, why even ask? I don't really have a reason to protest. Good girl. Will you give up just like that? Now we can go on another date, Yandere-chan. Maybe I will check. I'll come back and do this again. It says there's only one ending, but I'm not so sure. Now we can go on another date, Yandere-chan. What happens? This one will go better, I promise. I said you can go. If you ever change your mind, I'll never reject you. Well, now that we're alone again, we could discuss our next date. Where are we going this time? I'm a bit sad she won't be able to have fun with us. I had no idea. I had no choice but to confess. You were the protagonist only in my last playthrough. Please let me choose. Where are we going to this time? I want to pick that choice, but let's see. Please, only me, my love. I guess I can't do it. I guess somebody doesn't want to completely disappear from the story. That's why you keep seeing options that are negative towards me. Please don't pick them anymore. Your confession, what? I missed it. Let's continue then. Let's see, please let me choose. Wait, is not in the game? Oh, I can't choose that one. I had no choice but to confess. Lies, all lies. Where are we going to this time, Yandere-chan? How about the amusement park? How about an amusement park? I saw so many romantic scenes set there. It must be the best choice. Although I'm not sure this game has enough budget for them. Will we write anything? Maybe we should invite her after all. What happens? We're on a date, not just like friends. Forget about her. Although, what is there to forget when you barely even knew her? Uh, don't even. Will we write anything? Yep, she forces me to choose her. Why not? How about the Ferris wheel? Though I've heard it won't be a dedicated background. But you probably have a rich imagination, right? Are we already going there? A scene at the Ferris wheel is like an icing on the cake. We should leave it for the very end. Let's go on a walk first. Well, this is the place. Food is in the foreground again. Too bad we didn't invite her. You look good in this. Hey, you look nice. But I'm wearing the same clothes? Doesn't matter. Thanks anyway. Alright, we might as well talk about something now. How old are you? What is your real name, actually? Is our relationship already at the point where you want to know everything about me? Well, you made me choose you. No way. Girls should be mysterious. How old are you? More than old enough to take part in spicy seeds. And if somebody had just broken down your door, I definitely have nothing to do with it. Look into the peephole. What's your star sign? Pony. Ooh. They were perfectly compatible. Fine, it was a joke. It can't be any other way. I was created specifically for you, after all. Why won't you give her a chance? Let's try that. She gave up instantly, blah, 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 blah. I'll never be able to read it quick enough. I can't stand people like her. They're not even worth pity. They should just be forgotten. Unlike me, whose feelings you hurt with these questions. I don't want us to fight over something so trivial. I'll pretend like we've never talked about this. Choose again. What panzu are you wearing? This person picked the what panzu are you wearing? Well, you made me. I had no choice. With the polka dot pattern. All the usual in Japanese visual novels. Did my answer have any profound impact on you? Excuse me, what? ... What's with the sudden interest? And I thought we were friends. Actually, you don't have to answer. I get it. I have no more questions. Then, shall we go to the Ferris wheel? Girlfriend. Woo! Take a few steps back. Too bad we won't be able to watch the sunset here. I know I can't see it with your head in the way. Everything in this world is black and white for some reason. This somewhat limits the ability to express emotions visually. You know, like my beet red cheeks at the time of your confession. I wish I could hear it again. Come to think of it, we haven't even started dating. Wanna fix it? You making moves on me, girl? Let's see what happens if I say I need more time. I'm just gonna be a butt. It already happened. As you can see, we're still together because we could get past that point. Which means we'll be able to do it again. And again, and again, and again. Just imagine how many dates we have ahead of us. What about I need more time? Why? We already know you love me, or do you want to savor the moment? Then let's just look into each other's eye. Then let's just look each other in the eye without saying a word. Another achievement. I hope this is enough. Are you still thinking about her? She confused you. In the end, you're here now. I hope you're ready to say those 3 magic words. Let's see. I love you. I want to hear it again. I love you. Omelette de fromage. Are you absolutely sure? I guess you really do love me. I love you. You won't mind repeating it, right, girl? How many times are you going to make me repeat it? I love you. This feels so... I skipped it by accident. I'm sorry, I just can't get enough. I love you. It feels like I've been living my whole life for this moment. Girl, stop making me say I love you. Say something. Please say something. No, not quite. I was just existing. I love you. Now I finally feel like I'm truly alive. If only this moment could last forever. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm very happy, honestly. That's the achievement. The wording is becoming kind of stale. What do you want me to say? But that's okay. You made me repeat it. Of course it's going to get old. It doesn't matter as long as you love me. And as long as I'm sure of it, I can't complain. That's why. Don't stop. Don't you dare stay silent on me. What if I did? Say something. Say something. Say something. I guess I can't do anything. I guess I feel a little bit anxious after all. Are you going to kill me? There's nothing difficult about saying I love you using different, more flowery language. But that will make your loved one feel that much more special. Say something. Say something. What happens if I keep ignoring it? No, I guess it won't work. Given enough time, love confessions turn into something mundane. And we stop caring about them as much as we did at the start of the relationship. In cases like that, confessing in a different form is the best to prove your love again. What do you want me to do? Do I have a choice? Say something. Why doesn't anything change? Have your feelings waned? It can't be. Say it differently. Oh. Why are you what? Please stop it. Please stop bullying me. This is the only choice I have. No, please don't stay silent. Say something. At least confess to me. Please. Well, what am I to do? Do you hate me just because I chased her away? If that's the case, then I deserve it. Call her back. I'll go take a nap. Forget about me. Someone like me has no right to be with you. How can I do that when she doesn't even have a name? Your wish is enough. Even though I don't quite understand it. Why? Yandere-chan got rejected, huh? And since it's an erogi story, erogi parody, the main goal is still conquering a girl's heart. You're still here, and there are no other love interests. Does that mean you want to... Please be gentle with me. It's my first time. Whoa! What is it? It's what two people do when they're alone. Oh, I never paid attention in biology. How should I put it? Well, I think I may have said too much. Never mind. I guess. Just like Yandere-chan before, I need to go with you. Well, I mean, on a date? Yes, that's it. What if I said yes? What if I said thanks, not interested? I'm gonna choose it just to be a jerk. You're still here, aren't you? Rejecting a 2D girl. And what else are we supposed to do in an erogi? I guess we should change our surroundings. A blank background is not romantic at all. Besides, I don't exactly look presentable in this. I have no idea what outfit would look best on me, though. You're acting like a dandere. Who? A shy and closed-off character who only reveals her true self for someone they love? I see. Then I think I understand what an ideal date would look like for us. A moment, please. I guess... Dandere-chan, that's your name now. I guess something like this? Oh, you look totes adorable. Is this your room? You look cute. Is this cup for me? Is this your room? Yeah. I hope this place is cozy enough. You look cute. You do. Really? You too, you too. Thank you. Is this cup for me? Is something wrong? You don't like to tea? Right. You can't even drink it. Neither can I. Why? I can pretend like I'm drinking it, but I won't feel anything if I don't trick myself. In the end, I can only exist as a mix of text and pictures. This tea, my existence, and our date. If you think about it, it's all meaningless. If things are clear, what's the point? We can't have a relationship. Fan surface cardboard. If you're lonely, I could become a distraction, but nothing more. There's nothing stopping you from thinking I love you, but this whole story is just one big act of self-deceit. I'm questioning my very existence. Sorry. I'm spewing nonsense. And it's not even the romantic type. My duty is to play the part of your future lover. And I keep saying things that can get in the way of that. It's okay. Let's change the topic then. What else can we discuss? What do you think of Yandere-chan? I can't understand her. Tell me about yourself. I like drinking tea. Totally useless activity for me. Why do you stutter all the time? I mean, I stutter. Well, not quite stutter. Maybe stumble over my words a lot because I have a lot going on in my mind. But that's besides the point. I don't know. I'm kind of anxious, I guess. I'm sorry if it's irritating for you. All these conversations are also pointless. I still have no idea why all of this is happening. Why am I even self-aware? If I was created to simply be a love interest in a eroge, I don't need to be aware of that. Because then I definitely won't be able to play that role. Sorry. Yandere-chan is better than me at this. This is so embarrassing. I'm so useless. I simply need to pretend to be your girlfriend, but it's so difficult to do when I don't understand why I should be doing this. Immersing you in the story and granting you several moments of happiness? Is it even worth it? All of these feelings and emotions are fictional. Do you believe in fate? If my whole existence is centered around showing you a single H scene and disappointing, then I will have to do it. Maybe then everything will end faster and I won't suffer anymore. I had a dream. A naive one, but still. Finding that one person that I could reveal everything about myself to and showing them even what you normally conceal from everyone else. Yet I'm here. I don't have a single secret now that you know that I'm empty. I had nothing to offer. I'm completely useless now. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. Can we get this over with? I need to rest. Okay, I don't mind waiting. I think this is called deja vu, but only if that won't take too long. I like to believe that. It may be too late already, but I've noticed something. You're still here, even though I've said so much unpleasant stuff. I guess I understand how Yandere-chan felt. But unlike her, I won't hold you up. Nobody should be forced to reciprocate somebody else's feelings just because they exist. Thank you. I don't like farewells. They kill the feeling of intimacy. As long as there's hope that I can see you again. Insert disc. Do I have options? Return. Oh, I had a choice. Well, I guess you just can't choose the last one, huh? 2? Side B. Can't choose side B, side A. Why did you call me here? You know, I can't live without dates. You should get treatment for stuff like that instead of bothering other people. You're not a person. So what? I hope that doesn't stop you from loving me. I hate you, actually. It's fine. Please don't go. Just be close to me. You're in no rush anyway. Right. Why the hell am I even here? I need to think of something to do as far away from you as possible. Hug me. Why would I? I want to be sure that you love me. Shut up, you're getting on my nerves. Who's cool? If you don't want to, a kiss is fine too. Do you have anything more useful to do than trying to attract attention to yourself? Why do you ask? No particular reason. Go find yourself a hobby. Why? Maybe then you'll be able to forget about your loneliness for a while. No. Have you tried? I don't want to. I don't need that. I just want to spend all my time with you. Too bad. I can't say the same about you. Don't abandon me. If nobody else needs me, I won't have a reason to live. If you want to die, you're free to do it. Nobody's stopping you. Even you? I'll be watching. Ow. So you really do hate me? I thought I was pretty clear about that. Not everyone can be honest about their thoughts and feelings. Do you think I actually loved you, but was embarrassed to admit it? Is the protagonist making me say this? First, try thinking about how those feelings take form. And the right answer is definitely not out of the blue. You don't deserve to be loved for simply existing. Ooh, I can't shake off this feeling. Why do I love you? Every night I've been haunted by nightmares. But everything changed when you appeared. I finally saw a happy dream and experienced the horror of reality. After I woke up, I was left with longing and attachment to you. All of it unreciprocated, of course, because your kind and carried image from the dream was just a fantasy and had nothing to do with the real you. That's why I can only continue watching from a distance and keep on dreaming. Do I even need to tell you how painful it is? Besides, that feeling is worth nothing. And nobody needs it. It was imposed on me by the dream, and dreams are the farthest thing from reality. Which means my love is fake, and yet, for the sake of those moments when you're close, I'm ready to keep deceiving myself forever. It doesn't matter where those feelings come from or whether they have any worth. Since I'm unable to let go, I'll cherish them. And I will keep on loving you just because you exist. As simple as that. What you sis? The juice. You do realize this is our last meeting, right? So what? You're too open for the first meeting and too reasonably hopeful for the last. You can't keep a person nearby with your body alone. When did you become a person? It would have been nice. Then I could think your love is real. I deserve it now, right? No. But why not? Nobody is obligated to reciprocate your feelings, even if you try hard. I see. Love isn't worth giving up everything you have. That's why people call their partners my significant other. Both parties need to contribute something significant. I don't have anything apart from my body. And even that is just a picture. You still have your feelings at the very least. And if you're so worried that you have nothing to contribute, start working on yourself. I can't. There's nobody to support me. And if I run out of energy again, what will I do then? You'll rely on yourself. Is that even possible? In hopes of saving yourself, you cling to people like someone drowning in the sea clings to water lily leaves. How could they help you? How could I help you? Is there anything you can do to repay me? Stop relying on others. Take better care of yourself. You're the only person who's going to be by your side the day you are born to the day you died. I did side A and side, did I? I feel like I don't value myself at all. Who would ever need a person who treats themselves like a dog? No matter how much they love somebody, that person can only be given the role of a servant. After all, in a relationship, both parties should be equal. Still, I can't help but denigrate myself. Every mistake I make, I see as a tragedy. I'm always afraid of losing people who are dear to me and being alone again. But my insecurities only make others more irritated. It feels like I'm fishing for their pity. And it's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. My problems are my fault after all. Sure, there are circumstances that held me hostage for most of my life. But I don't want to shift the blame onto them anymore. In the end, I'll always be the one responsible for who I become. It's my life after all. And no matter how bad it is, no matter how much I want to end it, it's the only life I'm going to get. Why should I waste it so desperately trying to get on someone's good side when I already have myself? Right. That's who I should be afraid of losing. Can't choose alter ego 1 or 0. Did I choose 2? I thought I chose 0. Which one did I choose? I left them. But to be honest, I did choose alter ego 0. But to be honest, I'm not sure if I did the right thing. Why? I took an important step, but it's only the first of many. I need to move forward. Then what's the problem? I have no strength left. It's okay. You can always take a break. I don't want to. Why not? Then I get too much time to myself, and my thoughts only hurt me. Want to know what I thought about? Love interest in a visual novel can exist without a protagonist. Without one, they lose their only reason to exist, their desire to be loved. I'm the only one who can grant their wish. I suppose nobody needs you apart from them then. The protagonist is a romance story also needs to feel loved. The protagonist in a romance story also needs to be loved. What? Am I wrong? Why should I even follow those stupid genre conventions and cliches? You made that choice yourself. Do you regret it? Loneliness. It's unbearable. I can't accept an ending like this. You're just not used to it yet. Endure it for a bit longer. Humans can't live without social interactions after all. You're not human. And neither am I. We're just characters in some indie visual novel. What social interactions are you on about? Even now, there's someone here apart from us. And if that person behind the screen wasn't here, what then? They're very far away. None of us can feel, see, or hear them. But I can feel their presence. What does it matter? Don't break my heart. Aww. It's already broken enough. Her hair is cut. Sorry. I'm having trouble gathering my thoughts. You probably have no idea what's going on anymore. Nope, I don't follow. I love making things difficult. I love making things difficult, especially when I don't need to. Do I really need to create an alter ego to express feelings that have been bothering me for a long time? Well, whether I was able to express them properly or not, I realized something. I shouldn't shift the blame for all of my worries onto them. It's something I need to fight on my own. But at the same time, I still need you. I've been awaiting you. I've waited for so long that I didn't even notice how it became my only reason for living. Because of this, all the happiness I could find in the present avoided me. I returned to the prophecies again and again, searching for it, but they never gave me a concrete answer. After all, everything that happens in the future depends on my actions. I guess I'm just a prisoner to my own mood. That's why things always went like this. I'd be happy, but I always felt that there was a catch to my happiness. And my world would crumble. I didn't want to live in it anymore. Even though it all started with, and I didn't really have to abandon everything because of it. I don't know. I just don't remember it. Despair always turns me into an entirely different person. And I don't understand the worries that person has at all. Although, your feelings will also forever stay a mystery to me. My world is divided between black and white, the two colors I'm always confident in. They can't be mistaken for any other. Black will always be black and white will always be white. Unlike, say, magenta, you could always mistake for purple. And the other way around. That's why I experience any color in relative terms. Is it close to black or to white? It's absurd, and the approach will never let me give it the right name. The same goes for my feelings. They can't be simply black and white. That's why I can't understand them. Do I even belong in such a colorful world? That's why I'm here. Everything is black and white here. Can you really call me human? No, now I'm just a visual novel protagonist. I don't need to understand anything anymore. I just need to act. For example, act the part of your girlfriend. I don't need to feel anything for that, but at least that way. But I still can't suppress my emotions. Why? My sensations are imposed on me by my dreams and the script, something that can't be real, which means they're wordless. And in the end, they're just tricks my mind keep playing on me. A person as useless as me should just disappear. A person. Do you really see yourself as a character in a visual novel? Of course. Why aren't your lines from the perspective of the protagonist then? Thanks to your feelings, you were able to find the strength to stay human. I gave you the worst endings possible. Still, you preserve the most precious thing you have. Your heart. Aww. It's lonely. That's why it seems useless to you. But there's always a person who cherishes your feelings more than anything. And that person is you. What does it matter if I can't even help myself? My heart is overflowing with sadness and I can't do anything about it. You can't keep on bottling it up. This is exactly what you should share with the others from time to time. Who cares? Everyone has their own choices. I think that's what it said. I'm still here. You. You are still here. And I'm so happy to see you. Thank you. For the simple fact that you exist. In the end, this visual novel didn't have a single choice that affected the story. Apart from one. You chose to stay here and listen to me until the very end. It's what I miss the most all this time. It's not enough to simply declare your feelings. They don't exist in the physical world. Your experiences are real, but you continue to keep them inside. Are worlds alone really enough? My heart can finally be free. I promise to take care of myself from now on, and I promise to remember you as someone who once saved me. Thank you. We shall meet again. Whoa. Wow. Like it won't even let you, well, it closed first off. And it won't let you go back and actually start to play again. I think if I click this, it will just close again. That was a really good game. What started off as like lighthearted and funny and super happy got really dark. Seemed as if the protagonist or the AI or whatever in the visual novel just started questioning her existence. I definitely got Doki Doki vibes, but Doki Doki vibes, but I got Doki Doki vibes, but I don't think I don't know if this person was inspired by Doki Doki. I'm not trying to say they're like copying them or anything, but it just what I'm trying to say is it reminded me of Doki Doki. You know what I mean? Like, no hate towards the creator or the publisher. This was a really fantastic game. I mean, this poor protagonist talked about a lot of topics we keep secret and hold like pretty close to our hearts, but just don't tell anybody. But we put on this facade, like on the outside, we're just everything is hunky dory. We're super happy. I really did appreciate this game. It made me think about like a lot of the things that may go in my head. I mean, some of these thoughts that she had, I have had before. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't necessarily horror, but it was one of those. Yeah, what I wanted to say is one of those games. It's just one of those games that just messes with your mind. It's not necessarily scary, but it makes you think, like really, really think about life and your existence in general. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.